Hi, Jonathan. This is Becky with Gray Owl Marketing. I spoke to Crystal today and I promised you this video. I will keep it brief, but I did just want to show you 3 tips you can use today to help bring in more customers to your business. Because I know that in the world of internet, most local business owners are just too busy with their own business in order to keep up with the internet and how it can really work for them and benefit their company. So as you can see here, I do have your website pulled up. I love this great visual of this beautiful fence that you made, and some bold, good, sleek content information with some more pictures about the services that you offer. But the first thing is that's important to know when you think about optimizing with Google is you want to have at least 1,500 words of content on your home page. And it looks like you only have a couple hundred words here. So content is really king with Google. This is a key factor in Google's formula when they decide which sites to rank higher than others. And Google likes to see high quantity of information as well as high quality information because you want to show up on page 1 when your customers are searching on Google, right? So think about having 1,500 words or more on your page, but you also want to optimize what words you're using and what words you're including in your website. So I did pull up your website here in this tool I'm using. So this is kind of like a dashboard of your online presence. And as you can see here, there's nothing going on. You don't have any traffic. You don't have any organic words. Not much going on here when we look for this. And I'm just going to refresh it just to make sure it's not a system error. And okay. Yeah, so you want to think about highly trafficked words. And when I say that, I pulled up here, for example, Fence Company Atlanta. And Fence Company Atlanta gets searched 350 times a month. That's 4,000 companies a year that 4,000 customers a year that you're missing out on by not being on this first page. And if you think about how people search, they'll put in a term, and some people will click what the first thing that they see, and they'll pick these ads right here, which are great. Ads are wonderful to fill in some gaps in your online strategy. They can work very effectively, but you do have to be careful because they can be money pits if they're not done right. And so some people click on those first things, but then some people also just go ahead and skip right over those ads and go into this second section here, which is called the map pack. And this is the top 3 companies that Google feels confident putting in front of searchers. And then some people even skip that and go down here to what we call the organic search. So it would be advantageous if you try to rank both here and here so you hit all traffic. But about 40% of all traffic gets into this top 3 spot, right? So you're probably asking yourself, well, how do I get in that spot, right? And there's a few things that you can do to get there, right? And one of those key factors is your Google business profile, which I pulled up here, and you can optimize this much more. And you really want to build this profile and get it up. And I'll show you a few different ways you can do that. The first would be your reviews. So I did see that you start to get some reviews here, which is great. They're 5 stars. It does show people that you're doing some great work over there. So you want to continue to optimize that and get as many reviews as you can, ideally 5-star reviews. The second thing I'll say is what we call the NAP, which is your name, your address, and your phone number. You want this to show up in your profile and you want it to be consistent throughout the entire web. So Google does like to see you in multiple different places. So think about the profile, think about your website, Facebook, other areas like Yelp or Yellow Pages and Whitebook and CityStar and so on. There's lots of directories where you can put what we call citations and make sure your name, address, and phone are showing up there. But the critical thing to remember is it has to be consistent. Google is a computer, so it needs to be exact so that Google likes to see that when people are searching different platforms that the same exact information comes up. So that's really important. The last thing I'll say about your profile is all these beautiful pictures. And this applies to your website as well. When you have pictures, make sure you're saving them as buyer intent keywords. So think about using something like Fence Company Atlanta and using those buyer intent keywords as the name of the picture when you're saving it on your computer, and then also using geotags. So geotags will tag you in a location. So when you're doing fencing, when you're putting up fences and things are in different areas throughout the Atlanta metro area, people know where you're doing that. So you service multiple areas. And by doing this, Google sees not only what work you're doing, but where you're doing it, so that when people search for similar things, you'll show up for that. So again, thinking about how to get into this top 3 spots, Another critical thing to think about is your online reputation. So this is what we call your site's authority. And as you can see here, you're not in spot one, and that's really where you want to be. You want to be in this map pack in spot one, ideally. And you get there by using your site's reputation. And this is an online representation of what your site's reputation is. And right now you don't have one. We really do like to see this number higher than this. But just to give you an example of that, when I pull up Fence Company, I do see Precision Fence Works is your #1 competitor. So I pulled up their website here, and you can see they have a little bit more content on their page, but again, still not nearly as much as Google likes to see. So you still have an opportunity to kind of blow them out of the water if you optimize your site. And just to give you an example, since you didn't have a lot going on your site, this is their dashboard. So I put their company in here as well. They have an online site reputation of 28. We do like to see this number above 20, if not 30 or 40. We like to see this have a 1-for-1 ratio, and you do this by backlinks and referring domains. So this company has 267 referring domains, pushing almost 1,000 backlinks to their site. And of those 267, 222 of them are really relevant ones. So these are the ones that are giving this site authority. And don't panic. I know you don't have any, but you can do things like just copy them. So you see all of their backlinks right here. So you can go ahead and copy them and then add more on top of that and kind of blow them out of the water. So just to summarize the 3 tips that I gave you, 1, content is king. You want to have both quality and quantity on your website with buyer intent keywords. The second thing is to think about your profile and optimizing this and having a large footprint throughout the web and making sure it's consistent and matching. And then think about your online reputation and optimizing your backlinks. So again, you can implement these strategies today and be #1 on Google. You can do this yourself by using the information that I provided you, which is totally cool. I'm fine with that. However, you can be more effective and save yourself some time and give me a call. We can set up a time to chat. So once again, my name is Becky with Gray Owl Marketing, and my contact information is in the email. I do hope you find this information valuable, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a good one.